Heads up, over 75% of Americans could be facing empty grocery shelves, as 15 essential items are set to disappear by the end of October. This situation isn't mere speculation, it's a pressing reality we must confront. With supply chain disruptions and economic challenges affecting availability, it's crucial to understand which products could become scarce. In this article, we'll highlight these grocery staples and why you might want to grab them before it's too late. Number 15. Frozen vegetables. Let's dive into the importance of frozen vegetables. Fresh produce is quickly becoming a luxury item, and frozen vegetables are poised to follow suit. A combination of climate change, supply chain disruptions, and ongoing labor shortages is making it increasingly difficult and expensive to harvest, process, and distribute frozen veggies. Brands such as Green Giant and Bird's Eye are already experiencing shortages, and this situation is only expected to worsen as we head into the winter months. Why is this important? Frozen vegetables are a crucial source of vitamins and nutrients, especially when fresh produce isn't an option. If you think you can simply wait and buy frozen vegetables later, prepare for a rude awakening. Stock up on frozen vegetables now because once they are gone, your only options may be overpriced, nutrient-depleted canned alternatives. Don't wait until you find yourself staring at an empty freezer aisle, wishing you had listened to the advice about stocking up on these essential items. Number 14. Flour. Now, let's talk about flour. You might think that flour will always be readily available, but that's not the case. Flour is a staple in nearly every kitchen, and it's on the verge of disappearing from store shelves. The global wheat production is currently in serious trouble. Droughts, floods, and conflicts in key wheat-producing regions are significantly driving down supply and pushing prices higher. Brands like King Arthur and Gold Medal are already struggling to keep up with demand. It's crucial to remember that flour isn't just for baking bread. It's a fundamental ingredient in countless dishes, from pasta to sauces. When flour runs out, you won't just be missing out on your favorite baked goods. You'll also be losing access to essential calories and nutrients that are critical for your diet. If you're not stockpiling flour right now, you're setting yourself up for a culinary crisis. Don't wait until you're left with nothing but empty shelves and overpriced alternatives. Take action now to ensure you have enough flour to last through any shortages. Number 13. Multivitamins. Let's move on to multivitamins. Many people underestimate the importance of having multivitamins in their stockpile. You might think you're getting enough nutrients from your food, but what happens when fresh produce is scarce and nutrient-rich foods are hard to come by? That's when multivitamins become absolutely essential. Currently, the supply of multivitamins is under threat due to disruptions in the production of raw materials, many of which come from overseas. Adding to this is the skyrocketing demand as more people realize they need to boost their immune systems amid health concerns. Brands like Centrum and Nature Made are already facing shortages, and the situation is only going to get worse. If you're not stockpiling multivitamins now, you will likely find yourself nutrient deficient and desperate when the shelves are bare. Don't be foolish. Make sure to get your hands on these essential supplements before they disappear from stores. Number 12. Cooking oil. Let's cut to the chase. Cooking oil is on the brink of becoming a luxury item, and you may not be prepared for this reality. Vegetable oils, olive oil, and even coconut oil are all facing significant threats. The crops used to produce these oils, such as soybeans, sunflowers, and olives, are being adversely affected by extreme weather and pest infestations. Coupled with soaring production and transportation costs, cooking oil may soon become as rare as gold. Brands like Cargill, Wesson, and various extra virgin olive oils are already experiencing price hikes and dwindling supplies. What's your plan when there's no oil left to cook with? Are you going to eat everything raw? If you don't start stockpiling cooking oil now, you will be left high and dry, literally. When the shelves are empty and you can't fry, saute, or even dress a salad, you'll wish you had listened. Act now before you find yourself regretting your inaction and facing an empty frying pan. Number 11. Dried mushrooms. Now let's highlight a lesser-known but valuable item. Dried mushrooms. These little gems are packed with flavor and nutrients, and they have an impressively long shelf life. However, dried mushrooms are about to become a rare commodity. Why is this happening? Mushroom farming relies heavily on specific conditions, and climate change is wreaking havoc on those necessary environments. Brands like Maine Coast Sea Vegetables and Mother Earth products still have stock, but that availability is rapidly dwindling. When fresh mushrooms become scarce due to unpredictable weather and supply chain issues, everyone is going to turn to dried mushrooms, and you might find yourself without any if you don't act quickly. Don't be the one who ends up stuck without this versatile, nutrient-rich food when the crunch comes. Here's the harsh truth. Over 34 million Americans, including around 9 million children, are currently living in food-insecure households. As these grocery items continue to disappear, that number is expected to skyrocket. We are facing a crisis that could push more families into poverty and hunger. Even the middle class is not immune, as inflation continues to outpace wage growth. This situation serves as not just a warning, but a wake-up call. If you're not prepared, you could be one of the millions left struggling to put food on the table. Take stock of your pantry and begin preparing for the future now. By anticipating these shortages and acting accordingly, you can help ensure that you and your family remain nourished and secure in uncertain times. Number 10. Canned meat. Now, let's discuss an often underestimated survival staple, canned meat. It's essential to recognize that this item is going to disappear from store shelves faster than you might think. If you believe you can rely solely on fresh meat year-round, you're living in a fantasy world. Supply chain disruptions, skyrocketing feed costs, and labor shortages in meat processing plants are all converging to create a perfect storm that will make canned meat increasingly rare. Popular brands such as Spam, Libby's, corned beef, and Harel Vienna sausages are already facing reduced production levels. If you think you can simply grab a few cans of meat when the fresh options run out, think again. When cold weather hits and logistics come to a halt, canned meat will be among the first products to vanish from the shelves. Don't be naive. Relying on freezing fresh meat as a backup is a risky strategy. Power outages can quickly ruin your stored fresh meat, leaving you in a difficult situation. It's crucial to stock up on canned meat now while it's still available. Otherwise, you may find yourself scavenging for protein sources when times get tough. Don't be that uninformed shopper who is left empty-handed and hungry when they need sustenance the most. By preparing ahead, you can ensure you have enough canned meat to carry you through uncertain times. Number 9. Oatmeal. Next on the list is oatmeal. You might be thinking, oatmeal? Really? Yes, really. Oatmeal is far more than just a breakfast food. It is a survival staple packed with fiber and essential nutrients that can sustain you during challenging times. However, the unfortunate truth is that oat crops in the US and Canada are being devastated by droughts, exacerbated by ongoing supply chain issues. Brands like Quaker and Bob's Red Mill are already feeling the pinch as the availability of oats diminishes. Once the oats are gone, you'll lose a valuable source of long-lasting, nutrient-dense food. If you haven't started stockpiling oatmeal yet, you are setting yourself up for a real struggle when supplies dwindle. Trust me, when the shelves are bare and all you have left is overpriced, low-quality cereal, you'll wish you had listened to this warning. Take the time now to secure your supply of oatmeal before it becomes a scarce resource. Number 8. Honey. Let's move on to honey, nature's sweetener and one of the most valuable items you can keep in your pantry. However, the harsh reality is that honey is on the brink of disappearing from store shelves. Bee populations are plummeting due to pesticides, climate change, and disease, which has led to a significant reduction in honey production. It's important to understand that you can't simply substitute sugar for honey. Honey possesses unique properties that make it far superior for health, preservation, and long-term storage. Brands like Nature's and Manuka Doctor are still available, but their supplies are dwindling fast. The worst part? Honey production takes time, and once it's gone, it may be a long while before you can find it again. If you're not stockpiling honey right now, you're setting yourself up for a rude awakening when it becomes scarce. Don't be that person who realizes too late that they missed out on one of nature's most precious resources. Act now to ensure you have a supply of honey, or be prepared to live without this invaluable ingredient when you need it most. Number 7, peanut butter. Now let's talk about peanut butter. Yes, you heard me right, peanut butter. This delicious spread is more than just a tasty addition to your sandwiches. It is a high-calorie, protein-packed powerhouse that can keep you going when other food sources become scarce. However, there's a troubling reality we must face. The U.S. peanut crop is currently being severely affected by droughts and pest infestations, which are drastically reducing yields. As a result, brands like Jif and Skippy are starting to scale back production. Don't think that alternative nut butters will save you. They are facing similar challenges and supply issues. When this affordable and nutrient-dense food becomes scarce, you're going to wish you had a few jars stashed away. Don't wait until the shelves are bare. Stock up on peanut butter now before you find yourself stuck with overpriced, low-quality substitutes, or worse, nothing at all. Number 6, turmeric. Finally, let's address turmeric. You might be thinking, turmeric? Really? Yes, really. Turmeric is not just a spice. It is a medicinal herb with powerful properties that can boost your immune system, reduce inflammation, and even act as a natural antibiotic. Unfortunately, the production of turmeric has been severely impacted by extreme weather in key growing regions like India, leading to dwindling supplies and skyrocketing prices. It's important to note that turmeric isn't the only spice facing this issue. Many other spices are experiencing similar supply challenges. However, when it comes to staying healthy during tough times, turmeric is an absolute must-have. If you don't have a decent stockpile of turmeric, you're setting yourself up for a world of pain, literally. Don't be that person left scrambling for overpriced alternatives when this golden spice becomes a rare find. Preparing for future uncertainties involves more than just stocking your pantry with fresh foods. It requires foresight and action to ensure you have the essential items that can sustain you through challenging times. By stockpiling canned meat, oatmeal, honey, peanut butter, and turmeric, you will equip yourself with vital resources that not only provide nutrition, but also contribute to your overall well-being. Take the necessary steps now to secure these items, and you will be better prepared for whatever lies ahead. Number 5, powdered milk. Powdered milk is often overlooked, yet it is set to become one of the most critical items for anyone concerned about survival and long-term food storage. Dairy farms across the United States are facing a perfect storm of challenges, including labor shortages, rising feed costs, and extreme weather conditions. These factors have dramatically reduced milk production, which means when fresh milk becomes scarce, people will inevitably turn to alternatives, with powdered milk being the first choice. What many individuals fail to realize is that powdered milk can be a true lifesaver in emergencies. It has a long shelf life, making it an ideal option for stockpiling. Brands such as Neufchâtel, Fortificata, and Carnation non-fat dry milk offer excellent choices to consider before they vanish from store shelves. As fresh milk supplies dwindle, the demand for powdered milk will surge, leading to shortages. The time to act is now. Don't wait until it's too late and find yourself unprepared during a crisis when you need milk the most. Stockpile powdered milk today and ensure that you're not left without this essential food item in times of need. Number 4, lentils. While many people stock up on beans, lentils often go unnoticed, which is a significant oversight. Lentils are among the most versatile, protein-packed, and shelf-stable foods you can keep in your pantry. Unfortunately, the global production of lentils has been heavily impacted by droughts in major growing regions like Canada and India, resulting in a significant drop in supply. Consequently, prices are skyrocketing, and stocks are dwindling. Brands such as Goya and Bob's Red Mill still have lentils available, but for how much longer? One of the advantages of lentils is their quick cooking time compared to most beans. They don't require soaking, making them a convenient choice for meal preparation. Lentils are also rich in essential nutrients, making them a must-have for any serious prepper. If you are not currently stockpiling lentils, you are setting yourself up for a real challenge when they become hard to find. The demand is only going to increase, so now is the time to grab those lentils before it's too late. Number 3, apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is another vital item that goes beyond just salad dressings. This versatile ingredient is a powerhouse for survival, boasting a long shelf life and various uses. It can be employed for food preservation, as a disinfectant, and even for medicinal purposes. However, there's troubling news on the horizon. The demand for apple cider vinegar is rapidly increasing, not only for culinary applications, but also due to its rising popularity as a health supplement. This surge in demand, coupled with reduced apple harvests in the United States attributed to unpredictable weather, suggests we may face shortages soon. If you're wise, you should start stockpiling brands like Bragg Organic Raw, Unfiltered Apple Cider Vinegar, or Heinz Apple Cider Vinegar before they become as scarce as a golden goose. Trust me, when the shelves are empty, you will regret not taking action sooner. Ensuring you have a supply of apple cider vinegar on hand will provide you with a valuable resource for various uses in your survival pantry. Number 2, powdered eggs. Now let's shift our focus to powdered eggs. Yes, you heard that right, powdered eggs. While everyone else may be hoarding fresh eggs, the smart individuals are loading up on powdered eggs in preparation for potential shortages. When fresh eggs become a luxury due to avian flu outbreaks or rising feed costs, powdered eggs will be your best bet for long-term storage. These convenient alternatives boast an incredibly long shelf life and are packed with protein, making them an ideal survival food. However, the demand for powdered eggs is rising rapidly as more people become aware of their benefits, leading to dwindling stocks. Brands like Ova Easy and Hoosier Hill Farm are still available, but that may not be the case for long. If you think you can afford to wait until fresh eggs become too expensive or scarce, you are mistaken. Now is the time to secure your supply of powdered eggs before they vanish completely. When everyone else is scrambling to find alternatives, you'll be well prepared if you take action now. Number 1, salt. Finally, let's discuss something so fundamental that you probably haven't thought about it twice. Salt. You might assume it will always be available, but that assumption could lead you to disaster. Salt is one of the most essential, yet often overlooked items in any prepper pantry. The global supply of salt is currently under threat due to several environmental factors, including flooding of salt mines, increased demand for industrial salt, and transportation bottlenecks. Salt is a critical ingredient used in everything from food preservation to de-icing roads, and the demand for it is only increasing. Brands like Morton and Diamond Crystal are still readily available, but for how long? As the salt mines face flooding or supply chains experience disruptions, you need to consider how you will obtain this vital resource. Salt is not merely a flavor enhancer, it is essential for survival, food preservation, and even certain medical needs. If you don't have a serious stockpile of salt by now, you're setting yourself up for a potentially dire situation. When the shelves are bare and all the salt is gone, you'll be left seasoning your meals with regret. That is all for today, guys. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content.